Hey. What is going on, my air sign collective? It's your girl, Tracy, Ascension 225, Tarot and Oracle. What is up, air sign collective? Hope all is well and you guys are abundantly blessed as usual. I'm sending you so much loving energy right now. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to get my readings in, but yes, I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Anyway, you guys, so this is going to be a collective reading for my air signs. Um, I'll probably break it down a little bit to each individual air sign. But right now, we are in the middle of Saturn retrograde. Um, and it's in the sign of Aquarius. And so we just got out of one retrograde, which was Mercury retrograde, which was speaking your truth, being authentic, clear and concise communication, intellectual thought, right? Because Mercury is all about those things. That is what I'm ruled by. I'm a first decan Gemini, born May 22nd. So I am ruled by the planet of Mercury, which is all about that communication and free thinking yet intellectual thought, right? Um, so that ended on January 3rd, and now we are into Saturn retrograde, and it is in the sign of Aquarius now, and that is urging us to make major karmic decisions that can affect our lives, meaning how our future will look, how we want our future to look, right? So, as I said before in one of my other videos, it's a time for assessing a lot of things in our lives, taking that look in the mirror, going, you know what? I like this about myself, but this I can work on, this I can try to change. I'm not liking this so much. This is more of my shadow side than my light side. So I need to work on that. Or I need to resolve this issue so it'll help me move on in my life because I'm feeling like I'm kind of stuck right now. Um, or, whatever your situation may be. Because we're all here trying to get to North Node, right? Right. It's always north to Alaska for us. So whatever spiritual growth we need to do, it's not always an easy journey, but we've got to, if we want to ascend to North Node, then we've got to continue going through these growing pains, these spiritual growing pains we're going through, continue to co-create with the divine and keep moving upward. If we need to deal with some of our shadow side, then that's what this time, this retrograde, is made for. If we're looking at what part of your shadow side, everything has a light, everything has a dark, that yin and yang, right? Everything, it's all about balance for the universe. So you may have maybe the greatest person in the world, um, sweetest person in the world, smartest person in the world, but everybody has their dark side that, and those are those traits or characteristics that may not be that admirable, right? Maybe we have problems with anger, maybe we have problems with jealousy, whatever the case may be, whatever needs to be worked on in order to become a better partner, a better coworker, a better whatever, a better version of yourself, which is what, this is all about. And this retrograde goes all the way until October the 22nd. So it's about 5 months long. And so during that time, there's going to be a lot of reassessment going on. Individually, if you're in a relationship, may make you reassess your current job, and maybe it's not working for you anymore. Maybe you need to delve into something different, or maybe the relationship you're in may not be feeding you anymore, and it may be time to move forward, whatever the case may be in your scenario. But in order to move to the light side, the North Node side, right, we need to identify what some of those shadows are, and that's what this deck is all about. So I figured I would try this deck, since we are going through this Saturn retrograde, which is making us look at all this stuff. It's also making us look back at past situations, past events, past actions, past things we said, how we could have done it better. Why did I say that? Why did I do that? Feeling remorseful or regretful about certain things. So that's sort of the road we're on right now, kids. And we're all going through it in some form or fashion. Also, I wanted to remind the air signs that June 14th is the super full strawberry moon that we're having June 14th. It's supposed to be really brilliant, really bright. So make sure you mark your calendars to go out and check out the beautiful strawberry moon, full moon that we're about to have. And it is a super moon this time. The last one we had was not considered a super moon, and that was because of the eclipse, the solar eclipse. All right, and then also on June 16th, we have the Sun and Saturn retrograde harmonized by a trine, making us boss up a little bit more in our lives. Maybe boss up more, speak up more, defend yourself more, be your own best advocate. You know what I mean? So that is the time frame for that. And we've got June 18th, Venus is in Taurus, which forms a square with Saturn retrograde, making us rethink a lot of things, reevaluate, especially our financial decisions, how we spend our money. So you might want to be mindful about that as well. And lastly, for the rest of June, we've got Mars and Saturn in retrograde, which share a sextile on that day, adding authority and power to all of our actions. So, whatever actions or goals or thoughts that you have moving towards that, you will be moving towards it with more authority, which is really, really good. And that rounds out June. All right, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to just get a few cards. I really didn't want to make this a very long video. Maybe I'll just get two cards each for each sign. All right, you guys, just remember this is collective. If you need a private reading, please click on the banner. That will take you to my Thumbtack page where you can book a reading with me. Remember to like, share, and subscribe because I give away a free 30-minute reading every month. And that also helps my channel grow. Holy Spirit, we're tapping in and tuning in. We're going to start with Gemini, okay? So we're going to start with Gemini at 8:05. Holy Spirit, we're tapping in and tuning in to Gemini using the Dark Mirrors Oracle. Can you please show us two cards for the Gemini Collective during this retrograde, what they may need to be working on using the Dark Mirror, looking into the dark shadows of themselves, what they may need to work on. Can you please show the Gemini Collective two of the Dark Mirror cards, Holy Spirit? Hope all the collective is doing well today, air signs. Holy Spirit, do I need to choose the cards? Okay. And please, one more for the Gemini Collective, please. What other dark card do we need to see that may help them grow past what may be keeping them stuck during this Saturn retrograde, which is a time for growing, transformation as well? Can you show us one more card, Holy Spirit, for the Gemini Collective? All right, well, maybe you're just going to get one, Geminis, because that's all that's coming out right now. All right. Okay, so I'm going to just choose the bottom card, Geminis, which is in the hidden energy. All right, so I've got artificial heart, and let's go over that really quickly. Number 12. Okay. All right, my Jimmy Jams. This, the phase of the moon on this card is the new moon phase, and this is the bargaining stage. You know how sometimes your emotions go in different stages, kind of like grief? This is the bargaining stage. If I don't feel the warmth of the sun, will I blame the sun or myself? Inquiring minds want to know. So you see this female figure, an android or a robot, with cyber lines traveling over the skin like gentle spiders, a black choker of feminine servitude, and jade eyes of futuristic indifference, building oneself to specifications, steeling oneself to adversity. What does this all mean? We find refuge in the rational mind, which in turn gives us back the illusion of control. But we will feel. We still long to live through our emotions fully. We are truly like an artificial knight that wants to become a real person. Happiness is not in numbers, but it's not because numbers are bad. It is because there is nothing that alone can grant happiness and guarantee it. We trade in the natural world for artificiality, and then we blame the choice as the reasons why our sky has no color. What if it's not actually connected? What if it's just an excuse? What if even an artificial heart could beat and fall in love and drown in sorrow? Hmm. Wow. This is, just a reminder not to trade in that artificial stuff for the real stuff, especially in our society. I live in Atlanta, everyone, wants to know what you have. And I lived in Miami too. In those two cities, it's all about what you have, what you look like, the artificiality that you bring to the table. What kind of car do you drive? What school did you go to? Those are all important factors in a lot of the societies in those different places, in those two places. But I mean, is that what's really important? Because that can steal off your heart and make you be like a robot going through life. What's really important, what really brings happiness and joy and contentment genuinely to your life? We all like a good pair of red bottoms. Am I right, girls? Yeah. And boys, yes. Shout out to Pride Week. But the thing is that the wealth being in the intestinal fortitude of a person, what they bring, what they genuinely bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Because love is the highest vibration ever. But if we go through life thinking that I always need to have the latest pair of red bottoms versus uh, digging into real type of kinship with yourself, kinship with other people, because you're so vested in material things, then your heart can get walled off and you can become like a robot. And then we've got the child I was meant to be. This is really a beautiful card. I don't know why I feel drawn to this card, Geminis. Maybe because I'm a Gemini, I don't know. But I like it. It brings me a sense of peace. Let's see what it's all about. Here we go. An instant of clarity is the light I needed. This is the full moon phase, and we're about to come up on a full moon on the 14th. This is the stage of acceptance. Whenever you've gone through whatever you've gone through, whether that's the dark soul of the night, whatever the case may be, whatever your experience has been, to you finally made it to this manifesting full moon, and you have gained acceptance about something, clarity. Tones of lemon yellow and plum magenta with castings of sky blue and bright morning white. The serene face of a woman with gentle gestures holding a small growing plant made of dreams and new leaves. Yeah. Uh, to go forward is to go backward as hope heals the wounds of the past. Wow. Be in connection with yourself. Know what's real. Get rid of the smoke in the mirrors. Clear all that shit out. See what's real, right? Going with the flow. But self love and self acceptance first and foremost is where it's at. Being the child that you're meant to be spiritually. You may be a beautiful person, a human being. You may be a beautiful human being on the inside and the out, but spiritually, who are you here meant to be? It took me many 50 plus years to find out I was put here to be a spiritual healer through yoga, meditation, and through divination. It's beautiful. This card brings me serenity. So it seems like we've got like part of the Gemini. This is like the duality of the Geminis. Like one part of the Gemini collective may be like into looking good and smelling good and material wealth and gaining material things, right? With this, kind of stealing off their heart a little bit to that deep connection. And then you have this being in love with yourself, like going back to that child and falling in love with that child. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. The duality of a Gemini. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna have to split this deck in two. This is called the Eclipse Oracle deck on Etsy. Eclipse. All right, Holy Spirit, do you have any messages for the Gemini Collective using this part of the Eclipse Oracle deck? This is a great deck. I'm really liking it. It's really slippery though, but I do like it a lot. Any messages out of this part of the deck for our Gemini Collective? Anything they need to know? Okay. Ah, beautiful. Geminis. Completion. Number 10. Completion of a cycle. End of a phase. Leaving a situation. Finality. It's okay, Geminis, to close out that chapter. Spirit says it's time. Time for new adventures. Where's that chariot at, right? mm. Some of the Gemini collective, I hope you're not feeling this way, or if it's cross-watcher uh, energy, somebody feeling in this guilt, this remorse, regret, feelings of culpability. So somebody is taking responsibility for their actions and they're in a state of guilt. Um, it's time to work through those feelings. I just made a video called "Where's All This 555 Energy Coming From?" That's what this energy is, five energy in tarot, about conflict, chaos, just everything upside down. Somebody's feeling guilty in the scenario, though, and angry. Uh, feel like somebody's feeling angry and frustrated, hostility, and at their, it says boiling point rage, seething, ill tempered. So somebody in your energy, if this is not you, Gemini, or this could be you, feeling this sense of rage, and that feels pretty uncomfortable. This card does. So beware of who's in your energy, Gemini Collective. Be very, very mindful of who you allow in your energy. Yeah, somebody's mad because you took a leap of faith. Remember this completion card? Completion. You closed out a cycle and you took a new leap of faith, and somebody's not happy that you did that. Somebody is seething, angry that you took a leap of faith. And you're becoming the child that you're meant to be, right? Just be careful of who's in your energy, um, Gemini Collective. Cross watchers, we have our eyes on you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Using this part of the deck, Holy Spirit, do you have any further messages for the Gemini Collective? You have any further messages for the collective? Okay, we'll just go with those. Gemini, either this is you really desiring some new things in your life, some new passions, some new longings that you're wanting to try or fulfill, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe this is you and be able to complete that after this cycle is closed out. Um, or this somebody finds you uh desirous, but somebody's guarded right now, closed off, holding back, cautious, private about their business. So either this is Gemini feeling like this, or whoever's cross watching this video for their Gemini. Gemini, I think that, this is probably the route to go, the intimacy card. Um, intimacy is into me, I see, right? And just it's a mutual thing. It's reciprocal. It's like the six of coins, right? That reciprocal type of love, equal give and take. And here I love it says the ability to mutually peer into the depths of the soul and see the true essence of a person. So Maybe the person's angry because you're being very guarded and private about your life. But this is really what what you're looking for. Um, yeah. So and just continue to stay strong. You know, strength keeps coming out. I keep seeing this card out come out and like just collective readings. You know, having that strength, that intestinal fortitude, that discipline to keep moving forward and keep doing you. This is advanced pigeon pose. This is hard as hell to do in yoga. It took a lot of discipline for this person to master this asana. Mm-hmm. Got spiritual union, affection. Just use your discernment, uh, Gemini. Just use your discernment. Watch the energies that come around you, because you know, there's somebody really angry here that this cycle is closed out. Okay, so just be very, 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 very careful of that. All right, Gemini. We're gonna go over to Libra in just a second. Gemini, I wanted to also throw a couple cards of tarot down. So, Holy Spirit, did you have a few tarot messages that you wanted to show the Gemini Collective the week of, just say June 12th, 2022? Any other cards? All right. Oh, that's a lot. But anyway, good grief. It's a lot. I don't know why I'm taking all these cards. Just wanted just a few messages. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah. All right. All right. Just the first card that we have. I just wanted a few messages, but I'm going to give you these. This is Ten of Swords. Somebody. This could be the closing of a chapter of, this feeling of, hey, I feel like somebody stabbed me in the back, or vice versa. Somebody maybe closing the chapter on feeling this way about you. Tens are all about the closing of a cycle. We just saw in your cards that we did earlier, the exit, the closing of cycles, right? So, Knight of Swords, somebody would like to possibly, a Knight energy would possibly like to speak their truth, communicate some truth, possibly about your fool's journey, your zero, your leap of faith. Yeah, you trusting in spirit and just starting closing out old chapters, old cycles, and starting brand new. We have a king and a queen of pentacles, two counterparts together. So Gemini Collective, you could be meeting your counterpart because you've taken this new journey. Knight of Cups energy. I'm showing this Knight of Cups. You can look at it two ways. That there's a Knight energy that would like to offer you a cup of love, or that this this partnership right here is still in the new stages. It's probably been less than a year or something like that. And that it's still showing up as in the ninth stage because it's a relatively new relationship that you're embarking on after this, after you decided to take this fool's journey. Drop something? Yeah. Yeah. It's all about, hold on for a second, death and rebirth. You know what I mean? Give me a second, Gemini. That piece of paper. Hold on. I can never find anything when I'm actually looking for it. Yeah. I'm always misplacing things that I want to refer to later. You guys. Yeah. So hold on for a second. All right, so Gemini, this is the Judgment card. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of dark. I was trying to but yeah. So judgment is being called, okay? This is from the Z Nation. This is the zombie deck, so I was just trying to make it a little bit lighter so you can see what that was. So judgment is being called, and we've got an Ace of Swords here, and that's the truth, Ruth. Yeah, Spirit has spoken. Death and rebirth. Gemini. Geminis are having this death and rebirth that is insanely amazing. A complete death and rebirth. Yeah. Judgment has been called on your behalf, Geminis. Death and rebirth. You've gone through the dark night of the soul. You come out on the other side of that. The other side of death is rebirth, right? Yeah, man. Beautiful. 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 I can't say anything other than that. And then you've got a King of Cups in the hidden energy. So that's really a lovely, lovely reading. Very lovely. All right, Jim. So I am going to clean up here and then I'm going to go to Libra, okay? All right. Talk to you guys. All right, Libras, are we ready to take a look at, some of maybe our dark shadows that we may need to deal with as we continue our ascension to North Node? And this is the perfect time to work through some of those dark shadows of ours, that those imbalances of ours. Either, however they've gotten there, whether it's through trauma or whatever else, to work on those shadow sides of ourselves during the Saturn retrograde. Okay, so I'm gonna just pick a few cards. Holy Spirit, this is for our Libra collective. Can you please give us one more? Okay, thank you so much. Boy, you guys are chatty. In the hidden energy, I have faded to suffer. Ooh. Looks like Snow White getting that poisonous apple. Mm, that's interesting, Libras. What that's about, but that's in the hidden energy. So somebody out there in the collective are cross watching is fated to suffer. They're fated to bite out of that poisonous apple for whatever reason, and we may look into that. Hold tight. All right, so first card that I have, as far as your shadow energy, is Bride in a Cage. Let me look that up and see what that is. That's number 21. 21. All right, Libras. This is the moon phase for this card is the waning crescent. And this is the stage of denial, the emotional stage of denial. It says, tomorrow will be the right moment. Tomorrow will be better, even if today is hell. So this zombie is in this gorgeous white wedding dress um, that shines through the neon gray artificial light of the evening. It's worn by a mannequin with a dissociated skeleton head. It seems like a happy place. It's not for the light. The mannequin stares at the outside while a purple laser grid cage holds it in. Did we die waiting for the perfect day, or were we never alive? Whoa. This is about putting things off till tomorrow, thinking that tomorrow's promised. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I'll be my more authentic self. Tomorrow I'll go out for that job. Tomorrow I'll do this, or tomorrow, and you're not even living your life because everything is all about tomorrow. Who's who in the collective is going through their life like this? The future should not feel like a cage, not even a gilded, wonderful, handsome, handmade designer cage. The future is a tree, gnarled, rough to the touch, full of flowers only in spring, dense and damp through the rain, absolutely imperfect. The time to live is now, not tomorrow. Everything can't be put off until tomorrow, or you'll be the skeleton in a wedding dress. Not have lived your life, my Libra collective. Then you've got the peaceful among the thorns. This rounded up is a 8, and this one is a 3. But this is being and remaining peaceful throughout the thorns of life. You know what I'm saying? This is a monk, but it looks like a futuristic monk because he's got like the whole Mad Max type of eye and all the futuristic stuff. But this is a monk trying to stay zen through all of the changing times, all the futuristic changes that have gone through where he has this thing on his eye now, right? Remaining calm amongst the thorns, whether that's people, places, or things. You're almost at that ton. You've been working hard. Eights are all about working hard and nose to the grindstone, you know, trying to get that abundance. All right, so let's look at the so maybe somebody needs to work on remaining peaceful among the thorns of life. Like I said, people, places, or things can be the thorns. Maybe somebody in the Libra collective needs to work on that. And this whole putting things off, procrastination, type of energy. All right, so using the eclipse energy, I got this off of Etsy. The eclipse energy, what messages do you have for our Libra collective Holy Spirit that you would like for them to see today, the week of June 12th onward? What would you like for them to see? Anything else using this part of the deck? I can't shuffle the whole deck. It's too thick, so all right. I love this. Beginnings. This is about transformation, you guys. This is in the hidden energy. So some of our Libra collective is going to be moving away from some of this dark energy on the table and moving into this transformational time period. Whenever you see beautiful butterflies, it's all about that regeneration. It's beautiful, really beautiful energy. And let me just do the rest of the deck and then we'll go over the cards. And using this part of the deck, Holy Spirit, do you have any other messages for Libra to see? Do you have any other messages for Libra to see? Do you have any other messages that can relate or clarify the messages that are already on the table, Holy Spirit, for the Libra collective? Give it a few more shuffles and see if anything falls. If not, then those may be your only messages, Libras. Holy Spirit. Oh, there we go. Okay. And we are done. In the hidden energy, we have isolation, reclusive, exiling, ostracized, alienating others, or self imposed isolation. Somebody may need to be in this isolation space or energy, closing the doors, putting down the blinds. I just need to be by myself because they're going through this transformation. Transformation um, gives you growing pains, just like when you were a little kid and your parents used to measure your growth spurts on the wall. You go through these growing pains, these spiritual growing pains of transmuting your energy and transformation. You might need this isolation to stay grounded, right? And rest. Hmm. All right. So, what landed on the bride in a cage is the trickery card in the shadows. Somebody hoping in an energy, hoping to be undetected, camouflage, illusion, sneaky. See, there's a lizard right here, but it blends in so well with the tree. Probably wouldn't have seen it if I wouldn't have said anything, right? So there's some trickery, something in the shadows maybe going on with this bride in a cage energy. Something hoping to be undetected, something to remain secretive. Illusions, all that moon energy underneath this bride in a cage. Always putting stuff off, putting life off, not dealing. And then over here with this peaceful among the thorns, we've got somebody who maybe has learned how to put up firmer boundaries and don't won't allow just any type of energy around them anymore. Maybe they learned their lesson. Yeah, restraints. Hopefully, it's not somebody in real restraints, right? um, whispers, um, maybe some sort of gossip or rumors or some meddling family, friends, whomever, external chatter, maybe going on right now, Libras, and you're trying to remain peaceful among all this talk, right? People maybe overstepping their boundaries, not not knowing their limits when it comes to this meddling in your business, information, learning, researching, analyzing, taking a closer look, investigating, scrutinizing. Who's scrutinizing Libra? Who's trying to get all in your business? Maybe whoever uses trickery to get into your personal business. No, they're like overstepping their boundaries, or maybe you had to get a restraining order against this person who was meddling in your business and gossiping, spreading rumors about your information, whatever this information is. And you're trying to remain peaceful through all of this shit by keeping yourself isolated right now, away from these mofos, where you go all chucky on them, looking for a fresh start, going through a fresh start, transmuting that negative energy into transformational energy for yourself. Excuse me. Holy Spirit, can I get a few cards of tarot for the Libra collective? A few cards of tarot for the Libra collective, please. Any messages that you would like to share? It's a lot. I'm not taking all those. Um, any other messages that you would like to share with the Libra collective? Just need it in one and twos, Holy Spirit. That's all. Okay. In the hidden energy, we've got the Hangman. This is my zombie, my Z Nation deck. This person's in the Hangman. This zombie's in the Hangman state. Could lose his head if he's in the Hangman. Stuck. Somebody being stuck in their maybe old belief system, way of thinking, seeing things, perspective. Somebody who's stuck. The Ace of Wands fell on the isolation card for you guys. Ace of Wands. Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe you're in this self imposed isolation. Maybe you're trying to manifest some new stuff for yourself because you've got this beginnings card, this manifestation, this transformation. So maybe you're trying to manifest some new stuff for yourself. It all starts with self, right? Right. Under that, you've got the Seven of Cups, having a multitude of choices, maybe feeling a little confused or overwhelmed by all the choices you have in people, places, or things. This is the Devil. This is either Capricorn energy or um, Capricorn energy or wait a minute. This is 16, right? Right. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. I was looking at this and I was like, this looks like the tower because I was looking at the tower, but on my page, I misread it. I'm sorry, guys. This is the tower card. I don't know why I second guessed myself. This is the tower card, and this is all about unexpected turn of events. Like lightning's about to hit if it hasn't struck already, and that tower is about to come crumbling down because it's not built on a firm foundation. You see all this smoke? See all this fire right here? Yeah. You see this ghoul, this demon right here? All that shit's coming down to the ground. And it's so funny because this this ghoul right here, this zombie right here is in a wedding dress, and so is this bride in a cage. Go figure. Hmm. Two of Pentacles. Maybe you're trying to stay balanced at this time, Libra Collective. Just trying to stay balanced with whatever's going on in your life. This could also, be the juggling, consider the juggling card, juggling people, places, and things. Whether it's just you have a lot on your plate or whether you're actually juggling people. I don't know. It's your story. But it's leaning towards the trickery card, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, yeah. There you go. You got this zombie right here in the Two of Pentacles going towards this Five of Pentacles right here. This naked woman. Five Pentacles is all about feeling left out in the cold, right? Conflict, chaos, competition, feeling left out in the cold, unsupported. Maybe this zombie's going to support this naked zombie here. But it's all pointing towards the trickery card. Ten of Swords. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go to the heading energy over here. In the crossing energy, the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is in the crossing energy, very strong energy. Was laying on the limits card, the boundaries. So maybe this has something to do with the Queen of Pentacles having boundaries and limits and restraints that maybe somebody's unable to get to. I don't know. And then we have the Ten of Swords here underneath the limits. So somebody's under the and laying on the gossip and meddling card too. Ten of Swords. Somebody feels deaded, right? Look at this picture. Somebody feels completely deaded right here. This is eight energy peaceful among the thorns. Trying to remain sane under. This sort of reminds me of like the eight of swords cards in a way. but being kind of like mentally fried and feeling totally deaded. And people are talking, the streets are talking about this trickery and shit. And then we've got a Five of Swords here on top of the information card. Five of Swords, more conflict, period. That energy that is not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. It's like serious growing pains trying to get to the 10, right? The fives are all about really having some really rough waters, going through some rough waters. So maybe somebody learned some information that caused some conflict here. Um, and then all this meddling and gossip going on, causing a Ten of Swords energy, this feeling. I just feel like it's about this Queen of Pentacles right here. Um, I don't know what's going on, Libras, but I still believe in new beginnings and transformations. That's what I'm believing in. I don't know what's going on in everybody's situation. This is the energy that I'm reading, and I think I'm going to stop right here. So if this resonates with you, this is your story. You know what's going on. If it doesn't, just leave it on the table. All right, guys. All right, so I'm going to pause this and I'm going to go to Aquarius. What is going on, my Aquarians? My Aquarian collective. I just saw 59:59 on the clock. What is going on, you guys? No, I couldn't have seen 59:59. I saw 56:56. Sorry, you guys. Um, how you guys doing? All right, so we're in Saturn retrograde, which I described at the beginning of the video. If you want to know more about that, you can always go back to that part, which is time stamped. What Saturn retrograde means, and we're in it until October. So, best to learn how to navigate through Saturn retrograde in order to move forward in especially into 2023. All right, so we all have a light side and our dark side. So what is the dark side that Aquarians may be dealing with at this time? And maybe something you may need to take a look at in order to squash it, heal it, forgive it, whatever, so that you can keep moving forward and possibly get unstuck. Maybe some of you may be in a hangman type of status. I don't know yet, but just to be able to move forward and live your best life. All right, so Aquarians, Holy Spirit, what messages would you like to show the Aquarius collective as far as this dark mirror oracle? What do they need to deal with at this current time during Saturn retrograde, Holy Spirit? What do they need to deal with at this time? Maybe the in the dark shadows. All right, we're going to go over the hidden energy in just a moment. And the hidden energy, Aquarius, it's the child I was meant to be. That's beautiful. I think Jim and I got this one as well. It's a really calming picture. The colors and everything just really bring me a sense of peacefulness. So we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, Aquarius, we've got Queen of My World and Naked Before the Stars. So, what might Aquarians need to work on? We're number 24. Queen of the World. There you guys go. Kind of reminds me of fire energy with all the red, all of the passionate color. Aries, Leo, and Sag. Actually, Aquarius, your opposite sign is Leo. So this would make sense, that fire in you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So this card represents the next full moon, which is coming up on June the 14th, the next strawberry full moon, which is going to be so bright and beautiful. So make sure you get out and check it out, Aquarius. Um, this stage of emotion is the bargaining stage. I set limits to my world. Inside, I am queen, and outside is lost. Onto a snowy background, white columns rise through the forest. A pale woman dressed in scarlet bright red, with a crown of thorns and a white luminous lance, strides forward, her posture confident and her feet bare. I am my world, and my world is me. I am royalty. There is a space out and a space in, Aquarians. There is my realm and what is mine, and there are other places. I will not care if my world is made of thorn and ice, and if it's carved by my blood. My world is my world. I rule. I decide my borders. I am the law. I am a princess or a prince. I am the blood in the veins of its heart. I am the warrior and the bride. I'm alone, and I am the first among many. All right, so it goes on and on. Um, Aquarians are unique individuals anyway, and they look inward a lot. So this, even though this card kind of went on and on with the explanation, I still feel like a lot of Aquarians feel like this. I am my world, and my world is me. I am royalty. Like they think very highly of themselves as spiritual beings. Even though people say, "Oh, they're weird, they're quirky, they're sort of they kind of hold back a little bit. You can't figure them out, whatever." But Aquarians are unique to themselves, and as quirky as they may be, they love themselves first and foremost, which is a beautiful trait. And this card is all about that. You know what I'm saying? Aquarians decide what is right for them, what's not right for them. They want to make the rules for their own lives. Of course, co-creating with Holy Spirit, but whatever they can control, they will do that. That's specific to them. And then we have naked before the stars. Naked before the stars, number 18. Yeah. And this is six energy. When you add this together, it's six energy. And when you get into the six energy, it's all about moving away from rocky waters into, you want to be in calm space. Um, that energy needs to be high, that space needs to be high for you to be in. None of that five energy where there's chaos and conflict and there's no competition. Look, there's no competition for this beautiful person. None of that. All right, this is embracing yourself and who you are. All right, now naked before the stars. Kind of sexy, eh? This is the first quarter moon. This is all about acceptance. Accepting your own beauty, your size, your color, your age, and fat. Right? You see this beautiful curvy woman in lingerie, and she's so sensual and beautiful. There is no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection as proud as the heavens. It's all about embracing whoever you are and whatever you are, which ties into this, the child you were meant to be. A lot of us suppress ourselves because on who we want to be in the world when we grow up, right? Maybe we start suppressing ourselves as kids because people don't agree with how we are and who we are, how we act and who we are, what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to be an actor, but my mom was like, don't do that. You'll always be a starving actor. You need to find, kind of like that safe type of job. And I went into the military, even though I ended up going to war, which was that safe? No, it wasn't. But in hindsight, I didn't make my own decisions. I wasn't true to myself and what I really wanted to do. And this is when you're really true to yourself, when you're your authentic self and you love yourself like this too, these tie in together, then you grow into the child. You remember the child that you were meant to be as well, and you grow into that, being authentic to yourself. Beautiful, Aquarius. All right, so let's get into the Eclipse Oracle deck. The Eclipse Oracle deck, I bought this on Etsy. I have to clip it in half. The other half is over there because I can't shuffle the whole deck myself. All right, so Holy Spirit, are there any messages you would like to give to the Aquarius Collective? Any messages for the Aquarius Collective today? Using this deck, any messages you need the Aquarius Collective to see today? June the 12th, 2022. Whoa. Okay. Anything else, Holy Spirit, using this part of the deck? All right. And we are done, Aquarius, with this part. In the hidden energy, though, we have self-deception, deceiving oneself, denial of true nature or feelings, accepting what is false as true, distractions, and or escapism. Right? Maybe some people maybe numbing their feelings, maybe using drugs, sex, or alcohol with the escapism. Maybe somebody's not telling themselves the truth. Maybe somebody's not being 100% authentic. It says deceiving oneself, so maybe there's distractions going on. And let's take the other half. Turn this one around. Okay. So using this part of the deck, Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the Aquarius Collective, please? What messages may you have for the Aquarius Collective, please? What messages do you have? June the 12th, 2022, for the Aquarius Collective, with the energy that's on the table already. What messages would you like them to see with this Oracle deck? Any messages, Holy Spirit? Thank you. Anything else for the Aquarians? All right, let's see. All right, in the hidden energy, we have completion, which this is the closing of a cycle, Aquarians. Time to close out that chapter of your life to start a brand new chapter. The completion of a chapter. This is like the world card in tarot. The end of his finality. Maybe it's the end or the completion of being in self-deception, self-denial about your world. Maybe it's closing the book on whatever you were not truthful about, in denial about, whatever. I don't know what your story is. All right. We got the dogma, the doctrine card, the dogma, the conformity, the convention, the way of life, the tradition, religion, doctrine. Somebody, either somebody firmly believes in doctrine. This feels like Hierophant type of energy, that Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn type of energy, where doctrine, old traditions, old belief systems maybe still be present. Like it's like a cassette tape player. You know what I'm saying? It's what my mama taught us way back in the day, and their mama taught them, and so on and so forth, especially about organized religion, doctrine, dogma, all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this Queen of the World card is all about embracing yourself fully, being you fully, authentically. Maybe it has something to do with this doctrine. Maybe it's the completion of also being restricted to doctrine, Aquarius, confined to just what my mama, my and the great grandmama taught everybody. But now it's 2022. What do I believe in? If I'm embracing everything about me, then that also I need to look at this doctrine card as well. Hmm. We've got the child I was meant to be. We've got messages. It says communication with others, spiritual messages. So somebody in the Aquarius world could have spiritual gifts, right? The child you were meant to be. Maybe you were meant to be intuit. Maybe you were meant to be an empath. Maybe you were meant to be a shaman. Maybe you were meant to be a Reiki healer. Maybe you were meant to be a paranormal investigator to communicate with spirits and help families heal. Then over here, and this is so funny because this card I did not even show you. This is sort of in the energy of the dark shadows. Artificial heart, relying on material wealth, material goods, material abundance. You look good on the outside, but on the inside, you have an artificial heart because your focus is on the wrong thing. And what landed on top of that card was the all that glitters card, right? All that glitters is not gold. Somebody's wearing a mask, self deception, wearing a mask. There's two masks in your readings, Aquarius. What's going on with that? Self deception, external appearances or environment, outward mask, vanity, ego. Gotta take a look at what's up with these masks, Aquarius. And what landed on Naked Before the Stars is creativity, your personal expression, how you perceive the world, how you perceive yourself, transformative ideas that you may bring to the world, you know, that you may share, being original. That landed on Naked Before the Stars. However it is you look, it doesn't matter. It's beautiful, it's bold, it's desirable, it's lovable, it's everything. It's everything. You look so delicious, and your creativity is top notch, whatever that is. This has been an interesting read, I have to say. Uh, So let's just get a little bit. Let's get a few cards of tarot on here, my Aquarians, to see what's up. Holy Spirit, can you give us a few cards of tarot? This is the Z Nation tarot deck. Holy Spirit, would you like to give us additional messages with some energy that's already on the table? Please let the cards fall where they may, Holy Spirit. As we know, there are never any mistakes where the cards land. But there's a lot of cards that's a lot, and I can't take those. So sorry, Holy Spirit. I just need a few at a time. Look at this shit. Holy Spirit, I can't take these all. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I just need a few at a time. That is it. That's it. All right. Any other cards you would like to share? Um, Please let the cards fall where they may, Holy Spirit. I just need one or two cards at a time, Holy Spirit, and not a big glop of them, please. Please let the cards fall where they may, Holy Spirit. If you have any other messages, we would greatly appreciate it. Any other messages for the Aquarius Collective? Any other messages for the Aquarius Collective? Oh. All right, we're going to stop right there. Oh, Aquarius, this is the Chariot in your hidden energy. The Chariot represents you making that decision to jump in your tank or your jalopy or whatever it is that has four wheels, and you're headed out for new adventures. You're going towards new adventures, new blessings. That is the Chariot. You closed out some cycles and you jumped in your chariot and you're like, you know what? I'm out. All right, so the card that landed in between the queen of my world and the child I was meant to be is the king of pentacles. Very, very abundant king. You know what I'm saying? Pentacles are all about being that, earthy type energy, the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be, but that's what pentacles represent. Um, just somebody who is abundant, and whether they have a PhD or not, they still are abundant in whatever way. Whether it's financially, they're also abundant in other ways as well. We were saying content of a person's character is key. So they have a lot of traits that are very attractive. They make good fathers, good companions. A lot of times, business people have a Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Knight Swords are all about communication and intellectual thought. So we have Knight energy, maybe wanting to relay some sort of message. Knight energy is sort of like teenage type of energy. It's young to young early 20 type of energy. So if you're thinking of a chronological type of age, they may want to talk to you about this leap of faith that you're taking or you're about to take, Aquarius. This is the Fool card, the Zero card. That means that a cycle has been closed out, right? A cycle has been closed out. The world has A new world has begun for you. You've taken a fool's journey, you've taken a leap of faith, and you said, I want a new chapter in my life, and that's what you're going towards. So maybe this night energy wants to talk to you about that. Yeah. Landed on Naked Before the Stars, the Four of Cups. Just spirit giving four cups of love and emotion. That's what cups are all about. But for whatever reason, somebody not really paying much attention to those cups of love and those emotions at the time or currently could also be a time of, reflection. Like, why didn't I, this person, I don't, I was thinking of something else. I was thinking about something else. I was distant. I was preoccupied with other things, I guess is what I was trying to say, that didn't I wasn't paying attention to this Four of Cups that was being offered. Three of Pentacles. Maybe this is somebody you were collaborating with. This is Three of Pentacles. Normally, people getting together and collabing together. And it's next to the creativity card, the personal expression and originality card. So maybe it's all about, collabing about that. And then lastly, you've got the hangman. You've got somebody in a hangman status, 122 on the clock. So if somebody's in hangman status right now, hold on, 122.22, somebody's stuck right now, stuck like Chuck. Maybe they have old belief systems, old way of seeing things, old perceptions, or maybe they can't, or maybe they're having a hard time seeing somebody else's point of view. I don't know, but it has them stuck in this stuck status. And remember, when you're trying to stay stuck, Saturn retrograde is the time of getting unstuck, looking at shit, healing it, resolving it, forgiving it, moving forward, getting out of this hangman perception, try and the ability to be able to see things from somebody else's point of view or from a higher, like I say, an eagle's perspective. This has been an interesting reading, Aquarius. I mean, I'm still a little curious about the self-deception and the all that glitters. Maybe somebody thought that all that glittered was gold. I don't know, but this type of energy is um, not positive energy to be carrying. If you are carrying this type of energy, or somebody in your energy is carrying this type of energy, this is not uh, positive energy to be having right here. Just saying, guys, just being real. All right, so Aquarius, that's what I have for you using the dark mirror cards. So maybe those are some of the things that need to be worked on during this Saturn retrograde. Okay, all right, you guys. So I appreciate you. Lighting me honors lighting you, Aquarius. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and that's it for all of the air signs for the dark mirror oracle reads.